Good. I'd like to call today's meeting to order. It is Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. It is 6 p.m. We are in the Hatch Valley Public School Student Service and Training Center. I will go ahead and start with a roll call. Vice President Legarreta.
Here.
Member Garay.
Here.
Member Marcus.
Here.
Secretary Montes.
Here.
And myself, President Gonzalez, are present. Will we please stand for a pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of Mexico, is the symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Item number one is the approval of the consent agenda. Before Secretary Montes reads all the items off, is there any discussion or do we have any questions on the consent agenda items?
I don't have any.
None.
No.
See no questions. Secretary Montes, could you please read the items on the consent agenda?
Okay, that must have D.
Yeah,
Okay, maintenance bars, or approval of budget adjustments, requests, transfers, and cash requests. Maintenance bars numbers 24101, 11,000, 13,000, 21,000, 23,000, 24,103, 24,153, 24,154, 24,176, 24,189, 25,153, 25,278, 26,204, and 27,149. Transfer bars 24,101 and 24106. Increase bars 27536, 31200, and decrease bars or decrease bar 24160. PCT number 1, 31100 to 41000 with associated bars.
and the other items on the consent agenda are the approval of the agenda, the approval of the minutes of the regular board meeting for 8/13 and 8/20, and the approval of the August 2025 bills. Seeing no discussion, we'll go ahead. Do I have a motion to approve the consent
Make a
agenda?
motion to approve.
Second to approve consent agenda?
It has been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Item number two, superintendent report.
Yes, thank you. I know at the last board meeting, you honored Carla Yan, the passing of Carla Yan. So I just want to update the board and let everyone know that our services will be on Friday. We have allowed staff to attend that want to attend. Services will be in San Miguel. And so we've made arrangements to get coverage so that people can attend. Also flowers have been sent on behalf of the district. So
Thank you, Mike.
I want to give the board an update on beginning of the year assessments, and the schools are in the process of finishing up BOY assessment. All the formative assessments that we give, they're just about there. And we had a little bit of setback with Amira. It was the transfer over from iStation over to Amira, but we're rolling, we're moving along. They're looking at their data. They're starting to look at where our kids are where we're starting with the kids and their academic performance. With that, principals are also working on their dash plans, finalizing their dash plans so that they can be submitted. And as you know, and I've been communicating with our principals, there's a lot of pieces, compliance pieces that are now part of the accreditation process. And a dash plan is one of those pieces that have to be submitted to the state. And so we got our reviewers that will be looking at them, and I believe they're due next Friday. So everybody's on track. The 12th. So we're on track for all that, and just wanted to let you know, assessment, BOY assessment data will be shared in October, and we'll go over those results school by school. Okay. Job description updates, you'll see in your packet, there were several job descriptions that have been just a few revisions. As you know, last year we revised all of the job descriptions to follow the same format and the same process. And this is there's a couple of new positions, but there's also just revision on some of the descriptions themselves. And so we do have a new one. I think it's the last one, and that's the graphic designer and photographer. And I hope you guys have been seeing on social media the awesome work that she's been doing for the district. And so we got that. We may not have the right title, so I may have to come back and ask for another revision to that. But the work that she's doing and the plans that we have to benefit the district in the future are great. I'm really pleased with the work that she's doing. The others, like I
Ms.
said,
Chavez,
just,
who is she? I'm not familiar.
oh, it's Leslie Baquera.
Less.
Yeah. And so something that has been missing, as far as telling our story, and so Leslie's doing a good job of that now. The others are just, like I said, just little revisions, additions to more accurately reflect different people's job duties. Any questions? Okay. Moving right along, at the request of the school board, we do have an SRO report with the different activities and the log of what our SRO has been working on over the last month. You can see that we were pretty busy up front. The good news is that he's making a positive impact, and our principals are doing a fabulous job of hitting it hard early on so that the rest of the year goes by smoothly. And so that's that. Any questions on that?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
these youngsters driving without licenses. It looks like a parking lot over here already.
Yeah.
We need to show something. to
So,
the kid, or give
yeah.
them a hard copy on their
Yeah.
windshield wipers or something. We just can't let it go.
I've worked with our village police department, and what they're telling me is that it's public parking. There's not a whole lot we can do. And we can keep them from our parking lots and that sort of thing, but on the street, we're just.
Can we have them parked there and see if they'll
Well, she-
change their
I think
mind?
she said last year that they just can't stop them and ask them because there's,
Right.
so there's not
Right.
much. I think we talked about that last year.
Yeah.
That there's
And,
not
and so it's
much.
frustrating. I
Unless
know-
they
I know it's
commit some
frustrating.
kind of violation and they
Right.
stop them.
It's bound to happen, the way they leave after school.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we do have some issues with speed.
Very irresponsible.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen. I hope not.
Um,
Is there another agency that might help us with that, or?
I don't know, not that I know of, but I will ask. Yeah, I can ask.
When you could sit and watch.
Yeah, sit and watch them in the morning,
Yeah.
or have somebody.
Presence is a good
Yeah,
deterrent.
presence is a deterrent.
but you mentioned no license. I think that
Yeah,
was.
yeah, licenses, they can't just check, for licenses.
That's why that's why they're parking here, because they're not
I know.
qualified to park on
Right.
campus.
Anybody, could-
Something to
and
be
you don't
done.
have to have PC to run a tag though.
You don't have to have it.
No,
Well, you can just.
Okay.
you can
You
run
have to
tag.
go with a county or whoever.
Well, I guess what we can do is we can look for registration, and license plates and things like that. Maybe we can do it from that angle. Let me talk to
Does it have an
Aurora and see. What we
expectation?
But
can
I
do.
think a presence would.
Is,
The inside of your car does.
is there incidents because of that? Has there been reports? Has there been incidents?
I think the only incident that we've had, and correct me if I'm wrong, Miss O'Gean, but I think we had one accident on the student parking lot.
But that was in the student part.
But that was in the student parking lot. No, yeah,
Because what if that's their only transportation to school?
I
Right.
seriously
Mom-
doubt that's our only transportation.
Mom and Dad, my kids used to come because I couldn't bring them.
Yeah.
My kids used to drive every day.
Our buses
because they used to
cover,
come through the canal. Now there's no canal. You gotta come through town.
Yeah.
So what if you get somebody from Las Uvas? I know those kids used to drive. Even though they didn't have a license, they used to come.
Yeah.
So what are you supposed to tell them? Get up at 4 and get on the bus?
No,
there's
but
and then.
they
stay
need
for
to be held
breakfast.
accountable, because they're most likely unlicensed, uninsured, and what are we doing in the community? We don't want anything to happen. That's what,
No.
we're just trying to make sure nothing happens.
Make it harder for them as well, for those kids that wanna be here or stay late for practice, but then mom can't pick them up or dad can't take them, or if they even have one or two of the parents.
I sat there at the pantry, even today, every single car that was parked there took off after school. They're not staying for after school activities that I know of. I don't want to assume anything, but you got two cars leaving today side by side towards that stop sign. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
We need to make them think about their choices. Because our community, it can, something can happen. We don't want it to happen, but let's put it out there that we try to do something about
If
it.
they're uninsured and they hit somebody with liability that, you know, can barely afford it, whatever, but is trying, they're in a, you know.
Yeah,
in
we're
a-
not,
in
we're
a
not
bad
trying to create a
situation as it
hardship.
is. We're not.
We don't
yeah,
want to create a hardship, but let's,
want to make them
Yeah.
responsible, at
Right.
least, I mean.
Let me visit with Aurora some more and let me see if we can't do something more to maybe beef up the presence and monitor a little more closely. Okay. I did have the opportunity, I was invited to speak in front of the Legislative Finance Committee in Las Cruces a couple of weeks, and so that's the next page that you see there. And they wanted to know a little bit about our district, you know, what's good and what are some of our challenges. And I was very honest about, you know, what this is. You'll see that we have a attendance rate of 92%, enrollment, we're just under 1,100, but we have had 172 kids down since 2020. And so that's a significant piece that impacts the budget, of course. Graduation rate of 90%. We're down 2% from last year where we were at 92, but I know Ms. Olguin, was it 91? 91. And so I know Ms. Holguin is working hard to make sure that we stay up at above 90%. The scores that you see right there are just my calculations. They're not official. They're not, however, since then, we received our scores but they're embargoed. And so they'll be embargoed until, I guess the first round is October, and then the second round, when they get released to Vistas, will be in November. And so, I think I can safely say, looking at the scores, that all of our schools increased in their proficiency rates. And so just waiting to see what that translates to over in Vistas. The Legislative Finance Committee is focused on CTE. And so it was an opportunity to talk a little bit more about our ag program and our Educators Rising program. I just highlighted those two. And right around that time, US News came out with their high school rankings that they do every year. And I was thrilled to see that Hatch Valley High School was number 37 of traditional public high schools in New Mexico. They are in the top 1/3 of high schools, and I think that's something to be celebrated because and that's just, you know, the improvements that they've seen over the years. But they're number 7 in Doñana County. I thought we were going to be a little bit higher this year in Doñana County, but we ended up at number 7, and that's inclusive of Hatch, Las Cruces, and Gadsden. Okay, all the high schools in those 3 districts. College and career readiness, we had 42% of our students take at least one AP class, and 32% passed at least one AP class. And so these are some of the factors that contributed to the ratings, and inclusive of graduation rate and a couple of other factors. Challenges, I was very honest with the LEFC, and something that I think they needed to hear as our legislators is that we continue to see the impact of the legalization of marijuana, and so now we're having, as you could see in the police report, we're having kids that are vaping THC now, and it's something that should be a concern to everybody. And so something that I wanted to bring to your attention. The last is just funding, and some of the things that I wanted to let them know is that our ancillary funding for SPED is not where it needs to be. We're having to supplement from the SEG to cover the cost of our ancillary staff. And so that's one. The other is our bilingual programs. Again, we're not being funded adequately, especially when it comes to dual language programs. And so one of the things that I've asked is that they reconsider it being a 3-hour program because it's actually a 6-hour program. And so it's one of the requests that I've made from them. I don't know if it'll go anywhere, but I know that that's their priority right now is on the special session that's going to be coming up. And so we'll see how what that translates for the district as I'll be talking about the federal cuts that we've been experiencing. Last on the list is project updates, and I just wanted to just brief the board real quick. We have moved the portable building over to the transportation yard. It's right next to Eduardo's office. We're in the process of hooking up the plumbing so that we can have the restrooms in there functional. That doesn't include the remodel, and the remodel is we're working with the contractors now to see to get a cost of what that might be. We met with them yesterday and, they're still a little high and they're working to see what we can do to bring it down. But just like anything else, as they started working on the plumbing, they found a leak and, so and then they found old plumbing and, it's just the surprises that you get anytime you do any type of construction work. Work on the greenhouse at the middle school has already started, but again, just like I mentioned, they found a water leak that they're going to have to fix before they get moving on that. But groundwork has started for the greenhouse. Phase 2 of the vet clinic is we've got the plans and we're ready to go, and so they'll be starting on that here soon, very soon as well. Let's see, the envelope of the middle school, all the exterior and the exterior doors. We're getting ready to start with that construction. And so middle school will all get a whole new outside, the envelope is what we call it. And so they should get new paint, new stucco, and new entry doors.
Are we sticking to district colors?
Yes, well, I hope so.
I hope so.
Yes, we'll definitely make that, known. Let's see here, the daycare playground. We're expanding the playground and we're making it more secure so we can have more area for the kids to be out in. But in order to do that, we had to add some fencing, security fencing, and so we'll be doing that. We wanted to extend the turf, but it didn't work out. However, what we found is that the turf was in place was not installed correctly. So they had to remove that turf, take all the dirt, and it had wood chips underneath it. And so that's why it was really bumpy. So they've redone that. They've done it the right way. They put down new turf, and so we're ready to go. But we weren't able to expand it, so we're a little disappointed with that. So we're looking at other options to see what else we might do with that. We're looking to add adaptive playground equipment over at RGE for our handicapped kids. And so we're in the process of getting quotes and getting those approved and ready to go with that. We're also looking at adding some shelters for the kids that wait for the bus over at RGE and Hatch Elementary. And so we're seeing what that's going to look like. It's a little costly because the cost of steel is very expensive, but we're going to revisit some of that and meet with the principals, make sure we got it right. Let's see here. The teachers, we're just waiting for the state, and so, but we're really close. And I know Sheila communicated to me that we're moving along. It's just a slow process, but we should have that ready to go here pretty quickly. And the thing that we've been waiting for since June is the lockers for the field house. And that's the last piece that we need to complete that project at the field house. They're using it. We've got occupancy and everything like that. We just don't have lockers in there. So that's what Bernie was briefing me on just a little bit ago. But once we get those lockers in, the contractor said they'll drop what they're doing to come install the lockers. And hopefully we can have like an open house and everything like that. And so really looking forward to that. If you haven't been to the field house, if you saw what it looked like before, And you go in there today, it's like night and day. And so it's a beautiful facility and good for our kids. And let's see here. I think that's it. That's all I have.
Thank you. Item number 3, limited public comment.
Hi,
Hello,
my name is Jose Luis Olvera. I'm sorry for my English, that's not good, but I can speak Spanish. Bueno, pues primero que nada, buenas tardes a todos los de la mesa directiva. Estamos hoy aquí, pues me gustaría representar un poquito a nuestra gente de nuestra comunidad. Me hubiera gustado que hubiera más gente para que hubiera más comunicado. Mi intención de estar aquí, hablar con ustedes es eso. A veces no nos enteramos de muchas cosas y me gustaría que se fueran un poquito más a compartir con nosotros, la gente que estamos allá como padres, como ciudadanos, para conocer un poquito más de nuestra escuela, cuáles son los planes. Yo sé que hay mucha información también, pero sí, me gustaría que hubiese gente participando como en esta noche. Los temas que ustedes tienen son importantes. También tenemos preguntas sobre qué es lo que va a pasar con nuestra escuela para nuestros hijos. Am, el saber cómo están caminando las cosas es importante para todos. No tengo mucha experiencia para hablar, perdón, pero sí me gustaría tomar tengo muchas preguntas aún que a lo mejor les quito de su tiempo, pero también para nosotros es importante, como el saber qué es lo que está pasando con la misma mesa y cómo toman las decisiones, si toman en cuenta también al público o decisiones que solamente pertenecen aquí. Y pues a veces hay mucha gente que nos hacemos preguntas allá y queremos participar sobre eso, opiniones, que tomen en cuenta nuestras opiniones ustedes como mesa principal. El saber cómo va caminando para la comunidad también que se entere de todo. Y pues me gustaría también algo importante para nosotros, tener personas como ustedes, que yo sé que la mayoría hablan español, pero muchas de las veces nosotros como padres inmigrantes no comprendemos el inglés lo suficiente para venir a una junta y decir, vengo a la junta y me salgo igual. No comprendemos en su totalidad y nos gustaría que hubiese personas que en juntas como estas importantes, transmitan ese mensaje también a la gente como nosotros que no comprendemos el inglés en su totalidad, para poder perder ese miedo de venir a una junta y decir, ok, yo quiero ir y quiero opinar, pero no voy porque no tengo la comprensión suficiente. También tenemos cosas, preguntas que queremos hacer, o a veces nos salimos con más confundidos porque no logramos entender. Y muchas de las veces como padres por eso no queremos asistir a juntas o no nos llama mucho la atención porque sentimos que no es ignorar, porque el idioma es el inglés, pero no nos vamos completos o satisfechos con lo que entendemos. Entonces, sí me gustaría que las decisiones que tomen, pues, fuesen también contadas y con una opinión sobre nosotros como padres. Me gustaría mucho eso. Yo sé que sus prioridades es la escuela, pero también para nosotros son nuestros hijos. Y también mientras que marche bien su mesa, marcha bien la escuela y marcha bien todo y que nos tomen un poquito más en cuenta los hispanos, que en realidad somos bastantes, pero que sea una comunidad que se una, tanto como americanos como migrantes que hemos venido y hacer más fuerte nuestra escuela. Pero sí me gustaría que nos tomaran un poquito más en cuenta como comunidad y de hacer un llamado a los padres y decir, vengan, no tengan miedo, también nosotros necesitamos de ustedes y tener gente que nos comprenda nuestra cultura y que nos enseñen la cultura de aquí, pero que sea una escuela unida, fortalecer en ese sentido, porque, como les digo, muchos nosotros como padres tenemos ese miedo a arrimarnos y decir, ¿qué pregunto? ¿Qué digo? ¿Qué hago? ¿Cómo ayudo? Porque tratamos de escondernos un poquito por el temor de no ser escuchados. El querer nosotros también decir, ¿sabes qué? También nosotros queremos proponer. Hay buenos elementos que pueden ayudar mucho a la escuela. Y decir, oye, tómame en cuenta. Y lo digo en este sentido, no soy yo, somos muchos que estamos atrás y que a veces, como digo, nos escondemos un poquito por no poder hablar, por no saber hablar, no tener ese momento de poder hablar. Entonces, les pedimos, eso es mi comentario. No sé qué pase con la mesa, pero si hay algún cambio, hacérnoslo saber a nosotros. Si hacen un cambio, que también el público opine y diga, ¿sabes qué? Sí está bien, o ¿sabes qué? No estoy de acuerdo. Somos muchas cabezas que pensamos diferente, pero tratar de agarrar la mejor opinión, de saber escoger la mejor opción, como ustedes que están, decir, ok, me gusta cómo trabaja él, estoy de acuerdo con esta persona, me identifico con esa persona, que yo me sienta seguro de ir a la escuela y hablar sobre un problema y decir, ok, yo sé que me va a escuchar, yo sé que él me comprende un poquito tal vez por ser hispano, tal vez por que ha vivido un poquito como nosotros y me gustaría eso, el poder identificarnos con ustedes, el poder acercarnos sin miedo y poder decir, ayúdame, compréndeme. Necesitamos más que nada, el centro serán los niños y nosotros estamos en un lado, ustedes en uno y nosotros en otro. Nuestros hijos son el centro, entonces necesitamos también, y les pido por favor, tomen en cuenta el llamar al público, el llamar a nuestra gente. Hay muchas personas, le digo, hay muchas personas que tienen su vida aquí, comprenden los dos idiomas, pero hay muchas personas que no tienen esa virtud de conocer los dos idiomas y tienen miedo a acercarse. Entonces, esa es mi propuesta, el saber con quién me voy a arrimar, con quién me voy a dirigir, a platicar y que sé que esa persona me puede comprender a mí. No solamente a mí, sino están los americanos, otras personas que necesitan ser comprendidas. El arrimarnos sin miedo, el poder decir, yo sé que él me va a escuchar, yo sé que él me va a ayudar, yo sé que él va a hacer algo por mi escuela. Y si tomar una decisión, tomar en cuenta también a esa gente que estamos aquí atrás y decir, ¿qué opinan? ¿Cómo llegar a esa conclusión de decidir sobre las personas que van a estar a cargo de una mesa, que es importantísimo? Y les agradezco el que ustedes luchen por nuestra escuela, por nuestros hijos. Eso es lo que yo quería proponer y el tener un poquito de voto en estas juntas. A lo mejor no tenemos mucha participación, pero es por eso. Pero sí queremos que nos inviten y digan, vengan, tenemos una junta como padres, como ciudadanos. ¿Qué proponen? ¿Cómo ven esto que estamos decidiendo? Son decisiones de ustedes, pero que sea un poco más parcial en cuestión de nosotros también y saber cuáles son sus proyectos. Yo sé que lo hacen, pero el conocer nosotros, el arrimar a gente a una reunión y decir, ¿sabes qué? Yo no te miro que participes, pero ven, te invito. todos tenemos una forma de comunicarnos y decir, ven, acércate, ¿quieres conocer? Es importante para ti, para tus hijos. Pero muchas veces no nos arrimamos por eso, porque nos vamos a veces como llegamos. Gracias.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Item number 4.
I have a
Go ahead.
question for Señor Olvera, por favor. Primeramente, bienvenido.
Gracias.
Y quiero avisarle a toda la comunidad. Estas puertas están abiertas para todos. Hay que animar a la gente que vengan a hablar sin miedo. Y si tenemos what can we say, translator in Spanish?
I was just thinking the same thing. that we
Podemos agarrar un
can,
translator aquí para que sepa la mesa qué es lo que están hablando. Lo hacemos también. Todo podemos arreglar para que se animen. No tengan vergüenza de venir y hablar. Eso es lo que
Gracias.
queremos de la comunidad.
Pienso que es lo más importante la comunicación.
Seguro que sí.
La comunicación nos abre las puertas y nos despeja un poquito y tener conocimiento sobre los planes que son para bien de todos.
Sin eso no hay nada.
No
Si
sé,
no podemos entendernos a uno al otro, no hay nada.
así es. Y pues agradecido con todos ustedes. Esperemos el mejor trabajo que sé que se esmeran en hacerlo. Y pues también como cuenten con nosotros también, yo como siempre que hablamos con un maestro, les damos las gracias por su tiempo que dedican a nuestros hijos, pero también siempre les decimos, si ocupan algo, háganoslo saber, porque no sabemos muchas cosas, pero si ellos nos dicen, oye, ¿sabes qué? Necesito que me ayudes con tu hijo con esto. Oye, ¿sabes qué? Está pasando esto. Si nos dicen, nosotros estamos en más disposición de hacer las cosas para bien de nuestros hijos, igual pues de nuestra escuela, de nuestra comunidad, que pues aquí estamos y queremos unirnos a ustedes no para discutir, sino para llegar al mejor punto posible y tomar las mejores decisiones y saber escoger a nuestros directivos.
Nosotros estamos aquí para servirle a ustedes y a toda la comunidad.
Bueno, pues ojalá y podemos agarrar datos, nombres y invitar gente, comunidad que se una. Pienso que sería algo bonito el poder contar con esa gente y poner los puntos que están sobre la mesa y que ellos también piensen y puedan dar su voz. Y como decimos, no es para discutirlo, simplemente para una opinión que nos pueda llevar a algo mejor, llevar a las mejores decisiones y que sea algo más parcial para todos. El saber con quién estamos tratando y cuáles son los planes de esas personas que nos están ayudando, pero que también nosotros queremos ayudar.
Seguro.
Gracias.
Muchísimas gracias. Mike, if we could check into
Yep,
having a
yep.
translator from this point forward.
I don't know why we haven't done that in the past,
right.
but yeah, it brings up a really good point. We do have a lot of Spanish speaking parents here and I think it's necessary. And so, yes, I will get on that tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
Mr. Chavez, is there a district advisory council or a school advisory council where parents meet once a month or as a district level?
They're working on developing
Oh.
their school advisory councils now.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What about a newsletter, just on maybe some topics we went over today? What the outcome was, like the football thing's almost getting done, the garden at the middle school's almost done. Maybe just little
okay.
things, but where it's translated both in English and Spanish. Do we have, would that go on our Facebook page? Would that go on the school website?
We can do that. We can do it on the community page. Yeah, we can put it wherever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can work on that
Hard
tomorrow.
copies about anything anymore?
I'm sorry.
Hard copy? Anything at all?
We don't do as much. We still do, don't get me wrong, but they don't seem to make it home you know, but what we found that's more effective is social media. And it just seems like, you know, social media is the way to go. It really reaches a lot of people. The community webpage is, a lot of people look at that. And so
So maybe
those
just
are,
posting the meetings on, so they know when the meeting
uh,
is,
okay,
and that there will be a translator.
okay.
Even if it has to do with any kind of academic progress, that kind of stuff. Put it out there in Spanish, and anything else that has to do with athletics, that kind of stuff.
We can do
That would
something.
help.
Yeah.
That would help.
Okay,
It'll bring that gap a little bit closer.
Yeah. we'll work on that.
Thank you.
Okay, next item, item number 4, unfinished business. We have item A, consider approval and adoption of policy advisories 270, 272. This is our second reading, and this is gonna require us to approve today. The
What?
advisories are on,
Vote.
really, it was AI, right?
On AI, all of it is to update the policies on AI.
Is there any discussion? Your recommendation?
Recommendation is for approval.
I make a motion to approve and adopt policy advisories 270 through 272.
Seconded.
Has been moved and seconded to approve the adoption of policy advisories 270 through 272. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion carries. New business. Item A, consider approval of fiscal year 26 facilities master plan funding assistance application.
Yes, it's that time of year. Our facility master plan is coming due. This is the cycle that we go through. And so we're required to have a facility master plan if we're going to do any type of improvements or seek any type of state monies. They do provide some funding for us to get this done. The state will pay 93% and our match is 7%. So it's a great return. And so it is, I think we're approved for a total of 58,000, a little over 58,000. Our costs will be right around 4,000. So it's a good return. We're looking to get this process started and select our person that'll be working on the facility master plan. As you guys know, they'll come in, they'll visit with the board, they'll visit with principals, staff members to determine what are the needs of the district and then develop a list and projected cost of what those pieces will be. So it'll be a plan for the next 5 years.
Okay.
And my recommendation is for approval.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to consider approval of fiscal year 26 facilities master plan funding assistance application. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item B, consider approval of selling refreshed EOL used laptop.
That is Andrew's area, and so EOL is end of life. So every year or every couple of years, we take all of our technology pieces that are at end of life, and we do offer them for staff to purchase. And so Andrew's here to speak to that.
Good evening, board. Mr. Chavez, thank you. Yeah, so every year we do refresh laptops for our staff. We do it in a rotational basis. This past year was, I believe, Garfield and Rio Grande. So they all got new computers, but the computers that are now in end of life no longer have warranty on them. We have in the past sold them to the teachers, the teacher that had that laptop assigned to them, they have the opportunity to buy that. We have done it for about $100 per computer. These computers are still pretty decent as far as like the processor is concerned, the memories, we had those upgraded. So I'd like to, if we could, bump up the price a little bit to help recoup some of these money. These computers are going from, when I first started here, they were $500-600 a piece. Now they're $1,100 a piece. So if we could bump up that price a little bit, I'll let you all, if you approve this, that we can continue to sell the laptops, I'll let you all decide what.
What was the
would be-
percentage of teachers that purchased it at $100?
You know what? It varies on the school. Some schools, a lot of the teachers want it. What we end up doing is we bring them back to the way they were out of the box. We essentially reformat them. Here's the computer with the operating system. That's all. They don't get Office. They don't get Adobe, they don't get anything, just the operating system that comes with it. So right now, your top end processors are i7s, i8s, i9s. These are i5s. So they're up there quite a ways, you know, they're still decent, but for us here, they're out of warranty. Right? So there's no sense in holding on to them if we're gonna start paying to have them repaired.
So what
You
would
know.
what would happen to them if teachers, what happens when they're not purchased? Where do they go?
They go to auction.
And do we get $100 at auction? No. I just think that that's even $100. I think that's.
Are you looking at a certain number to help recoup the cost? No?
I think anything that we can get
Yeah.
is good, right? Like I said, in the past, it's been $100 per laptop, you know, we've given that opportunity for the teachers to do that, as we rotate through the schools. You know, but it's only to the teachers, not to other staff members. It's just those that
Help
have-
us out, give us a más o menos.
Yeah, you gotta give us a number.
If we could, I think honestly, they're really worth $200 to $300 a piece. You know, at this age, they're about 5, 6 years old, about 200. Okay, we can do 2.
Sold.
I would prefer to keep them at 100 myself, but that's just me.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's,
Correct
I
me
mean-
if I'm wrong, Mike, but we would just approve selling them. Wouldn't it be you guys who settled on the price?
Yeah, I mean, we
Oh,
could, yeah,
yeah,
but,
we could. I
but
mean,
you know, it's inclusive of you guys and getting your feedback as well.
Yeah.
So, yes.
I would like to get more too, but at the same time, if they
But
don't
our
sell,
teachers-
it's $200.
If they don't sell, they're gonna sit in a pile.
they'll sit in the pile
Yeah.
until we have I think we try to have auctions annually, I think. They just go into a pile and, you know,
But I mean, our staff work hard and I don't know, I just personally think that as an incentive, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just-
give it to them.
Yeah, I would even prefer even.
I mean, cause all their information's on there too.
Just,
No,
no, they
They-
get wiped.
I think.
They get completely wiped out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just something out there, you know, have we looked at giving teachers the first option and then if they're not sold, giving the community members? Cause I know there are a lot of families that don't have laptops in this community that could probably use them for their kids. That's at
But
home.
with that computer, what can you actually do if it doesn't have work? It's just.
It's
From
essentially the
internet.
operating system,
so-
right?
but-
I mean, we're essentially, you know, at $100, you know, $200, it's here's a laptop, you know, they can go out and get Office 365 and they can download it. It's not all that expensive, you know.
How much is it per year?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't,
550 bucks.
maybe
Yeah.
175 a year, maybe for Office 365. But we don't have a hard copy of,
Yeah.
we're not licensed to give that out. I have to recoup those
Yes.
licenses. Right? So they're essentially just getting the laptop with an operating system on it. Essentially what you would get when you buy it at the store. You know,
First options, teachers.
yeah, first
Go from
options,
there.
teachers, Mr. Chavez, you'd have to help me out on, as far as, or maybe Sheila would be the one to answer this. Do we have the ability to do that on the, legality side of things without putting it out to auction?
It's each of the devices are not part of our inventory because they're all under $5,000. And so,
Right.
yes, legally, yes, we can dispose of it. It may require a disposal that we have to document, but yes, we've done it in the past. It's a practice that we've done in the past.
Okay.
How about those in need if we put it on our website? Fire sale. But after we give teachers.
We'd have to give our
Yeah.
staff, our teachers, the opportunity, give them a set amount of time.
Yes,
So once we get the laptops, my team gets them ready for the new issue. Once we get them back, we generally like to hold on to them for a little bit just to make sure that the teachers did get all their data backed up. That way, if they don't, we can get into their old laptop, get their data. Once we have that, then we can wipe them. So it takes us probably, by the time we get the school year started, you know, it'll probably be January before we're ready to even issue them out, you know. with all the things that need to happen for the beginning of the school year and how busy we get, it's when we get to it that we start formatting them and stuff. So if we don't get rid of them, then we take the hard drives out and destroy the hard drives. And then we put the casing up for auction.
I know that you had said something about the community. I think if it goes to the community, it probably needs to go through the auction process. So I think if we stay within our staff, I think then we might be safer, that way.
Just for my opinion, I hope we keep it at 100, even lower, but that's just my opinion.
Let's make a decision right now.
No,
Keep it at 100.
I agree with that. Keep it at 100.
right.
I need a motion if you guys are ready.
We have to vote. I thought this was something we needed to vote on.
Yeah, we have to vote. We have to consider approval of selling refreshed EOL used laptops.
Of selling them.
But if you
Mhm.
guys wanna set a price, then we would add that price into the.
Yeah,
to the mo-
I'm just asking for feedback on that. I mean, but you are right, we can set the price here. But if you guys want to, I mean, that's your decision.
I would like to make a motion to sell the refurbished end-of-life used laptops for $100 to our faculty and staff, or just teachers, correct? Our
So what I would like to do is, what we've done in the past is we've taken it only to the faculty, because
Okay.
they're the ones that use them throughout the year. And typically, Mr. Marquez, it's your laptop gets refreshed, do you want to buy your laptop?
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
that's how it is. But once we have the teachers who have bought what they want, I don't see why we can't open it up to the rest of the staff.
Mhm.
I don't see an issue with that.
So teachers and the rest of
Give the
staff-
teachers their opportunity
Okay.
and then,
We may have to, if demand is more than we have, we may
Yeah.
have to do a lottery.
and we could set it, so like this beginning of this year, we refreshed Garfield and Rio Grande. Leave it open to those campuses only. Next year, I'll be doing the middle school and Hatch Elementary. Leave it open to the staff of those campuses. The following year is the high school and central office. You know. But I do have some here and there as people have come in or whatnot, that their computers are just older and we've got to get them replaced. So those are just kind of a hit or miss there. But if we keep it to the staff at that school, then I think that would be wise.
Mhm.
I think it'd be wise to just leave it in your hands, whatever works best for you.
Okay.
That's what I say.
Did you get a second?
I didn't get a second on Richards, but Richard.
I second the motion.
$100.
Yes.
So it has been moved and seconded to consider approval of selling end of life used laptops to staff of
The campus
campus
that was refreshed.
that was refreshed. Tish,
Yes, I have a question.
sorry. Remember what I said, guys.
Like, the district could, purchase.
Mike,
maybe-
Mike.
Can you hear me?
It-
Oh, we can hear you.
Oh, yeah.
They can hear you online.
I was just thinking, like, would it be great to have an incentive program for our teachers? Like, if we bought 5, the district, and we could give those who are here every day and maybe that they don't miss school, and we could give them back to the teachers. I mean, that would be like a motivation for them to
We
not
could, those that
miss,
weren't purchased maybe, or just say, yeah, that could be.
just
Yeah.
so we could kind of get that mojo going and motivation. I don't know. That's just a thought.
Great, though.
Thank you.
So there is a motion.
There's a second.
There's a second. You guys are confusing me.
Now do we gotta add what teacher said?
No,
No.
no.
No, we'll figure something out.
All those in favor of the motion that is on the table, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Item C, consider approval of member schools official voter designation for NMAA The official voter is the school's voting representative for all matters pertaining to the business of the NMAA when the referendum is required.
Details, Mike. What's that?
Well, our representative is Mr. Fernie Sanchez. He sits on this, but it doesn't need board approval. But just like Ray just said, it's all matters that require any type of vote from our district. And so Fernie can talk a little bit more in detail on that.
Hello, everybody again. Really, it's just whenever a referendum comes out from the NMA, every member school gets a vote. So that has to be approved by the board so that you guys know I would be representing our district in those votes.
And I know it's not a specific name, but our position is usually athletic director, correct? Or is that, or can it be? Like, I know
You
it
could,
says, it says,
usually you
official
want,
voter, who is the official?
you get to
voter?
pick per se, or whoever Mr. Chavez put up, it could be your superintendent.
Oh, the
it could be your
superintendent chooses
Principal, it
those
could be the
for the
athletic
district.
director. But whoever it is has to have board approval. That's required by the NMA. So mostly it is athletic directors.
Is that the norm?
That's the norm. That is the norm. And just, I'm part of the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association Board of Directors now. That was a position I received last year. And it's just knowing all that goes into every decision that's made right now. It looks like there's going to be some big changes coming in the next year and a half, that there'll be a lot of voting. It doesn't mean that that passes because it goes through the commission, then goes to the board for the NMA. But they take the referendum, they take the votings of each district and they'll present those like, hey, 60% of the districts want this. Right now we have one that was like 52% to 48%. So that's been tabled at the NMA level. So, and you vote in the interest of your school. You don't vote in the interest of everybody.
But that official voter, so do we need to identify someone by name or just?
Yes.
Or just?
Because I have to submit that
Oh, okay,
to,
'cause I
through a
didn't see
program
I
that
didn't
says,
see it.
hey,
It says
here's the official voter. Yes, sir.
So I didn't see a name or even on the attachment to it.
I think just part of your approval would just include Mr. Sanchez's name in that.
Oh, okay.
You guys voted me there last year.
Okay.
Just,
Yeah,
it was just,
okay.
apologize. We should have put that on there, but
Okay,
Mr. Sanchez is the official voter.
so seconded.
So we have
Sure.
a motion and it's been seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Any items for future meetings?
Yes. And this is probably just for Mrs. Brandy. Do we have driver's education currently?
We do.
Do you guys have, are the students actually participating?
Yes, we do. We actually have it at 0 hour, so it's before school. I think last I checked, we had about a little over 30 kids attending. Yeah,
Mostly freshmen?
mostly freshmen. There's a rule, they have to turn 15 by the end of class. So usually we have a group in the fall and then another group in the spring. It's only a semester course.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Well, you don't have no future.
Okay,
That's fine. Thank you, Ms. Brandy.
anyone else?
I would like to see each school, the kids give a presentation of what's going on in their school.
But
Please
next
do
board
that.
meeting, we have data plus presentations. If we can, I don't know how.
Yeah, well, but when we can, maybe.
Okay.
I know school just started, but maybe in November. or something.
Okay.
On a rotation business,
Yeah.
Maybe.
basis or,
Like,
Yeah, that'd be
But,
nice.
you know,
Rotate.
okay.
Yeah.
Rotate 'em.
because we don't have like officers anymore or anything in the schools, We have a student council.
No,
Okay,
high
student
school,
council.
middle school, maybe.
Middle school.
Yeah.
Where and that way they get comfortable presenting.
Two student council.
Anything else? Okay, item number 7, executive session. The board will go into executive session in accordance with section 10-15-2 NMSA 1978 of the Open Meetings Act to discuss limited personnel matters related to the superintendent's contract. No action will be taken until the board returns to open session. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
second.
Has been moved and seconded to go into executive session. We'll do a roll call vote on this. Vice President Legarreta,
Yes.
Member Garay. Member Marcus.
Aye.
Secretary Montes.
Aye.
And myself, aye. We are now in executive session. Okay, do I have a motion to come back from executive session?
So moved.
Seconded.
Has been moved and seconded to come back from executive session. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're now back in regular session. So the board went into executive session in accordance with section 1015-2 NMSA 1978 of the Open Meetings Act to discuss limited personnel matters related to superintendent's contract. No action will be taken until the board return from open session. At this time, we will not be taking any action with regards to executive session. Item number 8, next regular board meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, the 8th, 2025 at 6 p.m. in this complex. And finally, item number 9, adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Second. Ms. Guerra.
Okay, it's been moved and second to adjourn our meeting tonight.